What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammock, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as mental illness, and welcome to another episode of Dear Mental Illness. In this series, survivors and people that have dealt with narcissistic people send in their stories, and I break them down and give them my perspective. Today's episode is about a person who was in a long-term relationship and ended up leaving her long-term relationship for a narcissist or a toxic person. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. So y'all, welcome back. This one is a doozy, if I have to say so. So we're gonna get right into it right now, y'all. I'm gonna put it right here on the screen so you can follow along. You can fast forward if you need to, but you can read it. Stay to the end, y'all. The breakdown is going to be at the end. So now, last spring, I got in kind of a situationship with someone I had initially met in 2019 and occasionally had contact with over the past 2 years. We had spent a semester abroad together and text every 6 months or so just to say hi, but that was it. Until last spring when we intensified our contact. By then, I had been in a 10-year loving relationship with my then boyfriend and had no romantic interest towards the other guy. I just liked that we could talk about politics and stuff, and then also start to share more personal things. Uh-oh. For me, it felt like developing a friendship. We then met again in person to have coffee and chat, and he revealed to me he had OCD and was in therapy. Since I was also in therapy, depression, we bonded more. You already see this is going under. Then I slowly noticed, but was in denial, that he started pursuing me more romantically over time, which confused me because he knew about my boyfriend, who had also mentioned a lot since he was a big part of my life. Woof. Long story short, after I told him off and rejected him, he slowly got more aggressive in a subtle, gentle way until after 5 months, I eventually broke up with my boyfriend and started something with him. Yikes. Whew. It went so fast and I felt so disassociated that I didn't know what hit me. I felt uncomfortable the whole time, but felt paralyzed and was heartbroken that I had left my boyfriend. I ignored my body completely, who told me I was not safe. I got bad acne, stomach aches, and everything like this. What was especially confusing for me was that I grew up with a mother who had NPD and already had 8 years of therapy, and I still missed his NPD in my own skewed behavior or ignored it. My body noticed it, but it was different from my childhood because my mother didn't woo me like that. Shortly after that love bombing phase, a term I learned later, he became super moody and passive aggressive and everything else you mentioned, and I ended it. I later reflected and noticed that he had started to morph into my now ex-boyfriend, who I loved and respected a lot, despite me eventually breaking up with him, which I couldn't forgive myself. The NPD guy always wanted me to say something negative about him, but I didn't because he is a great guy. Of course, we weren't perfect. I know now that he just wanted to win me as a prize, and that he had idealized me over our shared mental health experience with depression and therapy. But I still struggle with the fact that I had been in therapy to overcome and learn about NPD, my NPD mother, and still fell for it. Anyways, after 8 months, it ended. No contact for 6 months until 1 week ago, he reached out and wanted to meet because he thought he missed me, blah, blah. I told him I have no interest and that I wanted stability and reality in my life, which he cannot give me, and leave me alone. I feel peaceful and my body is calm. No acne, no pain, no stress hormones. Woo! Y'all already know this breakdown is gonna be, stay tuned. Woo! So welcome back, y'all. So this one, buckle up, here comes the breakdown. Okay, so the first part of it is, I'm not saying that this guy is a narcissist or not or whatnot, but you know him better than I do. But number one, you entertained a friendship with somebody else like this. Did your boyfriend know about this friendship? It seemed like even from the beginning, because you didn't mention it. I'm not saying you did, but you didn't mention that your boyfriend knew about this kind of friendship that you had with this other person. You know what I mean? So it seems like you might have known that you were hiding this from the beginning. So if your boyfriend didn't know, it seems like you had some alternate intentions in the first place if your boyfriend didn't know about this friend that you had boarding school with one time. So it kind of be, were you sneaking around? Was this exciting? Because I know you said you've been in a 10-year relationship. Is this kind of exciting to get a different perspective and things like this? You know what I mean? You said you was in, number two says you were in a 10-year loving relationship. Again, were you bored? Were you bored? Do you like being chased? Because I feel like this person right here was chasing you, or it brought some chaos into your life and things like that, which narcissistic people tend to do. Toxic people tend to bring chaos and difference into your life, especially you've been in the 10-year, which you said 10-year loving relationship. So Is it chaos? Do you crave chaos because that's what you grew up in? You said you had a narcissistic mother, so are you craving some type of chaos? Did this person remind you of your mother? You know what I mean? Number 3 says you had no romantic interest, but you said I had no romantic interest in this person, but it seems like if your boyfriend didn't know, it seems like you might have had some romantic interest in it. And narcissistic men don't think that way. They don't pursue women for friendships, especially long distance type of stuff like that. You know what I mean? They don't pursue women for long distance friendships. They want relationships. They want, access and, to clap your cheeks or whatever on occasion and things of that nature and things like that. You know what I mean? Because he, like I said, you say no romantic interest, but he assumed that he assumed that you were romantically interested in him. That's the assumption that narcissistic people make. Why are you talking to me if you're not interested in me that way? So you said you could talk about politics, and then it started to escalate. Yeah, you started talking about politics, and then then you start talking about family and friends and therapy and sharing traumas and things like that. That's not, again, you see where it's going right here. I could tell where it was going from the beginning, but you said we started talking about politics and then things like this. Were you talking to your boyfriend about this type of stuff? Talk to your significant other about this type of stuff if you really want to remain with that person. Talk about politics, and then it got deeper. But being it was long distance and y'all had no contact with each other, of course, it takes a long distance relationship with a narcissist or a toxic person can take time to build up. The love bombing phase and the courting phase can last a little bit longer. So it's not moving as fast when it's long distance sometimes. You see what I'm saying? It said number 5 said it felt like you were developing a friendship, but I didn't see you. You said you were developing a friendship, but again, y'all, I didn't see you mentioning your boyfriend was okay with this blossoming friendship and things like this. So again, you know what I mean. Number 6 says you met up with him in person. Did your boyfriend know? Like, you met up with him in person. If your boyfriend didn't know, and this narcissistic person knows your boyfriend didn't know, he thinks y'all are taking it to the next level. Because it seems like you're sneaking around with him. In his mind, he's getting away with sneaking around with you and things like that. Because you said y'all sit down for coffee and then y'all bonded over therapy. Sometimes that's how the love bombing phase works. They'll bond with you over shared similar experiences. Was he really OCD? Was he really in therapy? Or was he lying to just say things that you wanted to hear? Because a lot of narcissists and toxic people will say things that you want to hear in order to get you to bond to them. Hey, I'm in therapy, you in therapy. Let's make a therapy baby. Let's clap some therapy cheeks together, or whatever the situation is with the dynamic right there. So, then you said right here, he started pursuing me romantically. I noticed it, but I was in denial. But you didn't stop it. Again, where are the boundaries at? He started pursuing you romantically, but you didn't stop it. If you're not romantically interested in people, especially narcissistic people, you had to stop it, put an end to it, but you didn't put an end to it. You said it made you feel weird because you had mentioned your boyfriend. But he doesn't care because you're having coffee with him, you're talking to him about personal stuff. He doesn't care about your boyfriend because he doesn't think you care about your boyfriend. He's just like, well, you mentioning this stuff right here. You don't care about your boyfriend, so why should I? I'm pursuing you romantically. You haven't cut me off, so clearly you're interested in me. They're going to pursue you, y'all. You know what I mean? Yeah, he doesn't care. You said, and number 9 said you rejected him, but stayed in contact with him. Like you said, I rejected him, but stayed in contact with him, and he kept pursuing you and got a little bit more aggressive and things like that. Persistence from narcissistic people, they try to exhaust you and get you to give in, and eventually you did. You gave in and broke up with your boyfriend of 10 loving years of a good person. Why though? Ask yourself why this question. You're not the first person I've seen do this, like leaves a relationship and ends up with a narcissist because you think this person is going to treat you better, or is it chaos that you crave? Does he remind you of of a narcissistic parent? Because you said your mom was a narcissist. You know what I mean? But let me say this right here. Because of how y'all met and how y'all got together, he doesn't trust you. Narcissistic people, toxic people, or whoever, if you cheat with them, he felt like you were cheating on your boyfriend. First of all, he felt like you were cheating on your boyfriend. Every time you talk to him, when you sit down and have a coffee with him, that's cheating in his mind. You were actively cheating on your boyfriend in his mind. So he doesn't trust you. So you get into a relationship with him, everything is moving fast, the whirlwind, romance, and all this other stuff. He doesn't trust you. He's like, if you sneak behind your boyfriend's back and you're having coffee with me, you're talking to me about personal stuff, and you let me pursue you romantically, what will you do to me? If I get with you, what are you going to do to me? So he doesn't trust you at all. You know what I mean? And that's why I tell people, like, if a narcissist if you leave a relationship for a narcissist, that if you are actively cheating or talking to a narcissist and they know you're in a relationship while you're talking to them, they don't trust you because they think you're a cheater. That's the mindset. You look like a cheater in their mind. I'm not calling you a cheater, but like I said, in the narcissist's mind, you look like a cheater to him because you're talking to him and doing all this other stuff behind your boyfriend's back. I'm pretty sure you weren't telling your boyfriend that, hey, this guy I've been knowing for so long, he's been pursuing me romantically. Did you tell him that? If not, a narcissistic person thinks you're free game. Like, you don't care, so he doesn't trust you. They don't trust you. I'm just saying that, you know what I mean? And then you said y'all ended up getting together. He doesn't trust you. When you got with this person, your body knew. See, your body will tell you, your body, there's a book called Body Keeps the Score. Your body is telling you that this person is not right for you. Your mind, your heart, your heart is in the wrong place. Your heart is in love, but your body and your mind are just like rejecting this person. You are physically rejecting him, but your heart, emotions are connected to this person. And when your heart and your mind are not in alignment, you're going to get manipulated, you're going to get gaslit, and you're going to get taken advantage of. That's just how it goes when you're dealing with narcissists and toxic people or whoever. You know, your heart and your mind are not in alignment. You get acne, stomach aches, and things like that. And I know you said he started to mirror your ex-boyfriend. Yeah, because you were telling him the good things about your ex-boyfriend that you liked. So he started becoming your ex-boyfriend to get you to like him more. He was like, well, I can do that. I can do it. You giving him the blue, like I tell this to people all the time. You give narcissists the blueprint to become whoever they need to be to win you over. You give them the blueprint. And he reminds you of your mom emotionally, and you emotionally connected to the fact that he reminds you of your parent and things like that. Because you say you have been in therapy for 8 years, dealing with how your relationship with your mom and things like that. Yeah, but therapy doesn't prepare you for the real world sometimes, y'all. Therapy is therapy. It prepares you to work through your own issues and things like that. But to go out here in the real world and apply the knowledge and things like that is completely different. I do one-on-ones and Zoom calls with clinical psychologists all the time that are in relationships with narcissists. Like, it's one thing to learn about them in a book or go through therapy. It's another thing to actually deal with them in real life, because real life experience is completely different. Lived experience is completely different. You see what I'm saying? So you have to remain you have to see what's going on here. Like, I know you say you regret leaving your boyfriend, but that's the crux sometimes. You lose a good thing for some chaos and some toxicity, and it ruins your life. I've seen this happen to so many people over the last couple of years I've been doing this. I've seen it happen to countless people. It's new, it's exciting, it's fresh. This relationship you're in right now is 10 years. Is it going anywhere? We're 10 years, we're still dating. Y'all gonna get married? What's the next thing? And then you get in a relationship with this person, y'all are moving fast and ready like a little Caesar's pizza. You know what I mean? And things just keep moving forward. So you have to slow down and take your time and things like that, y'all. I said therapy doesn't prepare you. And you said you left the relationship and your body started feeling better because your body agreed with you. Your body and your mind were thanking you for leaving this relationship. Your body and your mind was like, thank you so much. Thank you. And now you help. Then he tried to hoover you back in. Yeah. Is this the last time he'll reach out to you? No, because he did it before. You said, what did you say? You said he reached out to me and said, and asked you to see me or whatever. And you said, I have no interest in that. You want a stability and reality in your life. I feel like you said that before to him. So is it over completely? I don't think so. Prepare for him to reach out again sooner or later, you know. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode. Thank you, young lady, for sending your story in. I wish you the best. Watch out for the red flags, and don't when you're in relationships with people, don't entertain other people, and don't try to develop like little. If your partner doesn't know about it, it's sneaky. It seems conniving. It seems like you're going behind people's back. So stay empowered. If y'all want to send your story in, keep it short and sweet to the point, like this one was. You know, this was a good story and whatnot. I wish her the best. You know, this is no judgment zone, y'all. Please don't judge her in the comment section or whatever. You know. If you had a similar experience, just put it in the comment section. So show support. This is a supporting channel, so this is a supporting channel. But anyways, y'all, dearmentalhealness@gmail.com. Send your stories in. Thank you for everything. Like and subscribe for more. And always, mental healness is out. Peace.